Hey there, YouTube viewers. Today we are talking about the relationship between two beloved actors, Andy Griffith and Betty Lynn, and the behind-the-scenes feud that threatened to fracture their friendship. You know, as a kid, I used to come home after school and watch reruns of the Andy Griffith Show. I absolutely loved the quirky characters and the small-town charm of Mayberry. One of my favorite characters was Thelma Lou, played by Betty Lynn. She was the girlfriend of Barney Fife, who was played by the incredible Don Knotts. But getting back to Betty Lynn and Andy Griffith had a great working relationship on the Andy Griffith Show, and their on-screen chemistry was undeniable. Fans loved the way that Thelma Lou and Sheriff Andy interacted, and their friendship carried over into real life. So when Andy decided to bring Betty Lynn onto Matlock as a recurring character, playing the role of Sarah, his secretary, it seemed like a natural fit. However, after just a few episodes, Betty began to ask Andy for a little more screen time. She wanted her character to have a more prominent role in the show and become a regular cast member. This put Andy and the producers in a difficult position, as they didn't want to upset the balance of the show or make it seem like they were playing favorites. Ultimately, they made the tough decision to let Betty go. While this decision was personally hard for Andy, it was also very, very hard for Betty. After all, she just returned to acting after a long break, and she was super excited to be back in the spotlight. Despite their long-standing friendship, the tension between the two of them lasted for years. 2 decades, in fact. That's how long they didn't speak to each other. It's a pretty darn long time. It wasn't until years later that Andy made the first move to mend their relationship. He called Betty up and asked her for some acting advice, and just like that, the two old friends were finally able to bury the hatchet. During her later years, Betty settled in the town of Mount Airy, North Carolina, which was Andy's boyhood home and the inspiration for the fictional town of Mayberry. She became a fixture in the community and made appearances at local events and became a beloved member of that town. While the feud between her and Andy was a difficult chapter in their lives, it's clear that they both had a deep affection for one another and that the friendship they had on and off screen was truly special. So there you have it, folks. The story of the fractured friendship of Andy Griffith and Betty Lynn. It's a reminder that even in the world of television and Hollywood, personal relationships can be important, and they can also be just as vulnerable as professional ones. Now it's your turn. Please take a moment to share your memories of Andy and Betty in the comments section, and if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. I talk about music, movies, and mostly TV from decades gone by. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.